Hey y'all, Shell here. So, what I'm doing this afternoon, now that the rain's gone, it's been raining a lot, I'm going to go ahead and handle my strawberry bed. What I do is I let the runners grow, and I actually get them rooted into the bed. And then when they're, I guess what I would say stable, I actually dig them up and I put them in a pot. So today we're going to check those, see if they need to be disconnected from the mother plant yet. Today's not the day to dig up those new ones yet, though. I just did some of those a couple weeks ago. We've got a few really good strawberries going. I've got some old leaves that need to be cut out that are turning red and dying. And then I've also got this amazing the hay that we put in the bed that helps keep some of the weeds down and the birds out and things like that. But there are seeds in it. I believe it's a probably, I can't tell if for sure. I think it's a wheat though. But we have to pull those out every day too. So let's go ahead and get after that. Let me turn the camera around and show you what we got. So here's our strawberry bed. There's a big image of it. I just have that bucket here for the moment to collect stuff for the compost. But here's a nice big old strawberry. That's probably gonna be ready to be picked tomorrow. My bed is new, so it's not, throwing out lots and lots of strawberries. I get a couple a week. Right now I'm working on focusing on the longevity of it and making it bigger and stronger. But here is one of those that I was talking about. See that there? It looks like a blade of grass. I believe it is wheatgrass. And I've got them everywhere in here, and it comes from this hay. Some people would really freak out about that. I'm not too bent out of shape about it. I don't mind picking it out, especially since I tend to the beds so often. Plus, I've been working on my fodder inside as well. What I am annoyed with is that it would seem that these darn things root better out here in the beds than they do for me inside the house. But that's just me being jealous. So I go ahead and I pick through wherever I see their little green blades sticking up, and I pull them out. I try to get as deep as I can to make sure I get the seed and the roots. And then I just put them in my compost bucket. They're not too big a deal. I come across maybe a dozen a day. So they don't really cause any damage to my bed. They don't cause any damage to my strawberries. So it's alright. It's not like a normal weed. So, and then what else that I'm going to do today is I've got my pruning shears. I need to cut away some of this old, dead, dying leaves here. These were store-bought strawberries. I didn't buy them. I didn't plant them from seed. My husband bought them for me. And so some of them are going through their adjustment period. Now this here is one of those runners I told you about. It's connected to the mother plant, and then I've got a piece of wire there to keep it where I want it to go. This one does not quite have a strong root system on it yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put it down there a little deeper, cover it with a little more dirt. Because what I want it to do is develop a good strong root system. And when it does, I will dig it up. And then I use this to mark where I have them. But when it does get a strong root system, I'll dig it up. And I will nurture it in a pot for a while before I bring it back. Now here's another one that I anchored couple weeks ago, and as you can tell, it has a very strong root system going there. I will not dig it up, but what I am going to do, I'm going to cut it right there from the mother plant so that she does not have to sit there and sustain it anymore. And then I will dig up the vine just like that, and then I'll trim it right down at the base of the mother plant. Take it off of her. Her work is done. And then that will go in the compost. So she'll get more strength. She'll become stronger, get more nutrients by not having to sustain a baby. And in a couple of weeks, that new one will be doing really good. It'll be getting stronger. And I'll be able to put it in a new pot. When I put it in the new pot, I will fertilize it, and it'll probably sit in there for a couple months before I bring it back over. I'll show you those here in a minute as well. Let's see, I'll take you over there. Those are over here. I've got 3 of them right now, and they're doing really good. I don't believe that we'll see any fruit on them this year, obviously, but no, I've got 4 of them, my bad. Here we go. There they are. And these are the babies. They're getting big and they're getting strong, so I'm real happy with them. My deck is where we put all the plants that are in the process of growing. Most of them we grow from seed, and once they're big and strong enough, they go in here into the garden, which is looking amazing. So, and then of course I've got this cage. I know I don't often show it, but I have this cage. It's just built with some wood, some wire. Keeps the birds out of the strawberry bed because, as you can imagine, to them this is a buffet. And so here we have all the little babies growing. They're doing really good. This one's produced a pretty good number of strawberries this year, even though it's so little. This one too. So they're doing real well. It's been really wet lately. I was a little worried that they'd get too moist, but they handle it pretty well. So this is another one that we did last time, and by the looks of it, it's got a pretty good root system. That I'm going to check real quick just to be sure. Yeah. See, I don't want to rip it out. You don't ever want to do that because you will... Oh, hi, buddy. Like, I always have to share with the spiders. But you don't ever want to do that because if you do, you'll rip those roots and detach them. But what you can do is you can just kind of push it a bit. See? And it does not move. So it's got a good root system going on it. So I'll put my little piece of wire back. And then I'm going to detach it from Mom. So see, I leave a little bit of room there. I don't want to cut it all the way to the very root of the plant. So now we've got that detached on one end. We will detach this other end right here. Ta-da! And then this plant right here that grew that strawberry plant can just focus on these strawberries, and all will be going well. Another thing I like to make sure I look for is any new runners. If it's a plant that I don't want to have a runner, I will cut the runner. Especially if she's already got a runner going, or if she by chance, just like this one here, if this one shot out another runner, I would cut it immediately because, as you can see, she A, is full of strawberry, about to be full of strawberries. B, she just had a runner cut from her, and she can't support a whole nother new plant. So that would be a situation where I would remove. Normally you can see pretty well when there's a runner. They stick out pretty good. And I don't see any new ones so far. Just this one here, which we're gonna leave. See, and this one's got a few leaves that need to be cut. So again, you always want to be careful. You don't want to do this I guess what's the word I'm looking for, without using your brain. You don't want to be too fast or too hard, because you'll cut the wrong thing. You cut the wrong stem, you might set your plant back a really long time. So, And look at that, she's doing real good. Getting stronger and stronger. The straw helps so much for a number of things. You know, you don't want your berries laying on the dirt. That's a good way for them to begin to rot. And if you pick them too soon, well, then you've got a whole nother set of problems on your hands there, don't you? So this one here, this leaf right here is, it's just done. It needs to be cut. So we'll give it a trim. And you always want to keep an eye on all your roots, on all your stems. Look for disease, look for dead leaves, look for dead strawberries, because you don't want to end up with bacteria. And then in my case, look for blades of grass that I need to pull. So as we can see here, we've got quite a few there. We'll go ahead and dig down a little bit to where we can get to them. And if you see that there, see that you can see the seed attached to them. Real easy to just grab and pull. No problem at all. And sometimes they'll come detached without the seed, and you just pick it up and go. So see, easy peasy. I know a lot of people that say that they've tried strawberries before, they're too difficult, they wouldn't make berries. You know, strawberries is not an instant gratification fruit where you can just now. They take time. They take time to grow, they take time to produce. They're not a one and done plant either. The better you are to them this year, the better your plants are going to be and the berries are going to be next year. And that's my goal, is to build a strong strawberry bed that in the years to come will give me enough strawberries to where I can make anything I want. So that's how I take care of my strawberry bed. Thank you for watching, and as always, thank you for your support. Please go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe button, and you can also follow us on any of our social media pages listed below. And as always, I'll win.